Queen Elizabeth II, I feel, left all of us with a great lesson. And today, on my take, I wanted to share my 2 bits about that. Hi, my name is Karma, and this being a Wednesday, and today the letter is I, and the word is inheritance. I feel when Queen Elizabeth II decided to reign until her death, for me, when I saw that, and then I saw King Charles, Prince Charles, transition into becoming King Charles at such an old age, it made me think a lot of thoughts. And one of the thoughts which I have shared, I think I shared it on my take when I was wishing the Great Fourth a very happy birthday on his 70th birthday last year. And I guess in other my take videos as well also I have touched upon it. But today I thought I'll talk about it. My parents came from basically no education, and they were very enterprising. Coming from their villages in Punakha and migrating to Thimphu, they did very well for themselves, especially given the fact that they had no education and they didn't have any, what is the term nowadays, nepotism, that they could attribute their success and their enterprisingness to. So they did very well. And if it weren't for them, then I wouldn't be able to make these videos, nor would I have been able to be speaking English, I think, and many of the things that that I am a beneficiary of, their deeds and their action and their enterprisingness. Having said that, I feel one thing that didn't go well, my father passed away last year, and a conversation that I had with my mom, I think somewhere in the beginning of this year, didn't go really well. Although I bought my best face and my best voice, my best tone, but it didn't go well because the topic was so heavy and loaded, that being the topic today of inheritance. And the reason why I started to speak about this with the example of Queen Elizabeth and King Charles was, by the time the British monarch, she passed away, what King Charles is left with is pretty much, without any reservations, if I were to say, I can't say that he is at his productive best. And unlike the British monarchy, here in Bhutan at least, the 4th king had the foresight and wisdom to abdicate the throne and then put our current king on the golden throne. And we made that transition from from monarchy to democracy in the best time, and as I think the Americans say, when the going was good. But I feel that's the macro sense of the word, but in the micro sense, in households, I think it's a topic that parents don't like to hear about. Children are afraid to talk about because it then makes you come across as being greedy or selfish. And having said that, I still feel it's such an important conversation to be had, because if you as a parent have done well, and if you have some kind of inheritance that you can give to your offspring, then the right time and the right way to do it is something that as we develop in Bhutan. And the funny thing is, while I use the example, while I am seeing this in Bhutan, it doesn't look like people in the States or the UK has also sorted out any of this. But I hope that by making this video, some parent will be able to draw some value out of it and will do it right. And another concept which I feel needs to weigh into this conversation is, I can't remember the author's name, and I have to admit that I haven't read the book itself, but that's something that many Finn influencers talk about, is dying with zero. I've seen a few videos here on TikTok as well also. And while the book must have many important things and more important content within the book, I think one important thing that many people seem to be talking about is, as a parent, helping your child out in their mid-30s or their 40s or 45. Because I think, as I myself am growing up, I find that that's the time when you need the most support. I mean, like, emotional support is good, being there for each other is good, but financial support, if you can do it at that point in time, if you have done well in life and you do have an inheritance then to give to your child, then I think that age, the age at which you give it to them, also makes sense. Because coming back to the story of what the British monarchy did, and to some extent even in neighboring Thailand as well also, I think the Golden Throne, the fourth king, the great fourth, has been great in many of his deeds, enlightened deeds, and one deed that we as parents can hopefully take and imbibe in our own lives, and is also of how he abdicated and how he put the current king on the Golden Throne. And the funny thing is, I find that much of this issue or much of the discomfort in having this conversation lies with mostly with people in the so-called middle class and lower class. I don't know if that's the right term, but this being my take, I guess I have the liberty of sharing what I want. That we are like, as if we are encroaching upon your parents' enterprising and deeds. Whereas if you look at be it the Birla, the Ambanis, be it even in our country with regard to the Wangchuk dynasty, or the Gates or the Clinton, or whoever has made any kind of wealth, their children seem to have no problem with inheriting what their parents have given. And sadly, here in Bhutan as well also, we have some stories, without naming anyone, of one of the richest men in Bhutan, and after his death, his children going to court. And if we as parents, I know this is not comforting to hear, and I hopefully will, I will live long enough to come back to this video and reflect upon it myself, because I find there are lessons here that I might need reminding in my old age as well. And I hope to be enterprising enough to be able to help my two daughters out in their mid-30s and their till their mid-40s, because beyond that, I don't think it really makes sense to even have any kind of financial support. I mean, at any honestly, at any stage, any help would be great. But yeah,